Hello everyone, my name is Sophia. I'm a certified Pilates instructor. This is my first YouTube video, so bear with me. But today we're gonna do a 20-minute Pilates flow. So let's go ahead and get started. Meet me standing with your heels together, toes apart, spine is nice and tall. Let's just start by taking big plie step outs. Stepping side to side, touching those heels through the center, squeezing those inner thighs as you stand up, and really sinking those hips nice and low, keeping that external rotation with those feet. Try and expand through that chest, arms nice and long, shoulders down away from the ears. Now let's start taking big inhales, circle the arms up towards the sky, and then exhale, squatting low, keeping that spine nice and straight. Pull that navel in towards the back of the spine. Do one more big inhale and one more exhale. Now let's hold it low, hands to center, and let's pulse it out. Down an inch and up an inch. Try and get those hips a little bit lower, knees a little bit wider. Let's just do a few more here. On this next one, let's pivot that left hip into a lunge. 90-degree bend, open wide, and switch sides. Keep the front leg on the lunge nice and grounded, so when you open that hip, you're just rotating the back leg on the ball of the foot. So lunge, plie, into a lunge. Let's do a few more here. Over to the right, through the center, over to the left, and one more each side. Let's hold that left lunge, and we're going to hinge forward back into that lunge, keeping that spine nice and straight on the lunge, and then just tilting it forward at a diagonal. Let's do one more. Lunge it down, hinge forward, and you can inch that back leg closer to the body to lift it up. We're just gonna do tiny leg lifts here. Stretch that leg nice and long, really press through the standing heel. One more pulse and lower down, back to that lunge, open that hip. We're getting into the other side. Same as before, we're lunging down, hinging forward, keeping that spine straight in the lunge, and pressing through that right heel. Let's do two more. On this next one, hold it there, inch that leg forward, and do tiny leg lifts, up an inch and down an inch. Really press through that right heel, square off those hips, and let's send it back into a lunge and open back to that plie. We're gonna pulse it out here, up an inch and down an inch, really burning out those inner thighs. Make sure to use your breath here. One more pulse, hold it low, lift that left heel, then the right heel. Just getting those hips low, finding your center. One more lift each heel, and now let's lift both. It's both up and both down. Really squeezing those calf muscles on the balls of your foot. Three more heel lifts, 2 and 1, release. Extend those legs straight, heel toe together to the back of your mat. Let's do a big inhale, arms to the sky, exhale, round forward, bone by bone, and let's walk out into a nice high plank. Your plank is nice and stable. Let's rock forward and rock back. Make sure your chest is nice and hollow, your heels are together, toes apart, legs squeezing together. Scooping those abs just an inch more. Keep your gaze in between your hands at the top of your mat. Let's do one more rock, forward and back. Let's begin slow mountain climbers here, just bringing that knee into the chest, nice and high, keeping that upper body super stable, tucking that tailbone under. Let's do one more each side. And on this next one, bring that right knee in and send it back to that down dog. Three-legged dog into the three-legged plank, knee to elbow, extend it back, then lift the leg. Try to keep your back nice and hollow, keeping that core engaged the whole time, really stretching that leg long. Let's do one more here, send it back into that plank, and then bring that knee to the chest, and let's drop that knee down. Lift the back leg, lower it down, then lift the knee to the chest. We're just doing an alternating motion here. Let's do one more leg lift, one more knee tuck, and then ground that knee down and come onto your elbows. Bring your elbows in close to the center of the body. Let's lower and lift that leg. Really point that toe, stretch that leg as long as it's ever been. Try to not open that hip and make sure both hips are square facing the mat. Pull in that core a little bit more. Make sure your neck is long. We'll do a few more here. 2, and hold it on this next one. We're gonna go into a rainbow. Tap it to the right corner of the mat and then the left. Press that right shin into the mat to activate more stability in the body. Keep a controlled, slow rainbow, not rocking and swaying. The upper body should not be moving, it's just that leg. Really use that breath to fuel each movement. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 3 more each side. Right, over to the left. 2 more. And on this next one, we're gonna hold that leg lifted nice and high and open that left hip, drop onto the right forearm, just start lowering and lifting that leg. Really lengthening, getting into that outer thigh, lengthening that sideline of the body. You can take your gaze down or you can take your gaze to the side, whatever feels good for your neck here. One more leg lift and then hold it up, swing that leg forward and then swing it back, keeping the upper body stable. Point that leg to kick forward and then flex it as you swing it back. Keep that leg nice and high. Let's do 3 more here. Point to swing forward, flex to swing back. 2 more. And on this next one, hold that leg out nice and long. Do tiny pulses getting into that outer thigh. Up an inch and down an inch. Just for 4, 3, 2, and extend it long. Lower that leg. Come back onto all fours. Step back into that high plank. We're bringing that left knee into the chest and then shooting it back into the 3-legged dog. So back to that plank, 3-legged plank. Knee to elbow, send it nice and long. Inhale, plank, exhale, crunch. Inhale, plank, and then exhale, lift. Hollow out that chest, keep that flat, neutral spine. Use the abs to send that leg back. Let's do 1 more. Hold that knee into the chest, lower the knee, then lift that back leg. It's a leg lift into a knee tuck. Stretch that back leg as long as it's ever been. Pull that knee in even further and hold that leg up. Drop onto both elbows. Pull your forearms in towards the center of the body. And let's start lowering and lifting that leg. Drop it down and lift it up. You can drop that right hip just a little bit so that both hips are facing the mat. And again, press through that left shin to activate more stability in the body. Make sure you're not looking down like I just did there. Let's go into rainbows. Cross it over to the left corner of the mat and over to the right. I'd rather you go nice and slow here to keep control and keep that upper body nice and stable. So slow and controlled is better. Try to not flare out those ribs. Pull that core in towards that spine, kind of like you're wearing a corset. Nice job. Let's do 3 more each side. Right, then left, stretching that leg nice and long. 1 more each side and hold that leg lifted. I flipped sides so you could see me, so just drop onto that left forearm, open that right hip, start lowering and lifting that leg. Getting into the outer thigh here, getting through that other sideline of the body. Let's do 3 more lifts, up and down, and 1 more. Hold it lifted, swing it forward, and swing it back. Point to kick forward, flex to kick back. Keep that upper body nice and stable. You can use your right fingertips to help support you, but really just stabilize through the left shin. The hard part here is to try to keep that leg at the same height the whole time. but keep breathing. Let's kick it forward once more, kick it back, and hold it forward on this next one. Let's do tiny pulses, up an inch and down an inch. Lift that leg even higher, just for 3, for 2, and 1. Send it back, lower that leg. You can separate your knees nice and wide and send your hips back into a child's pose. Let's take a big inhale together, then exhale, sink those hips even further. 2 more breaths, inhale, then exhale, let it out. 1 more, big inhale, and exhale, release. Meet me lying on your stomach. We're going to get into a little back extension. Arms out in front of you, legs long, forehead down. Let's lift the right arm and left leg nice and high. Lower it down. Inhale, lift, and lower down. Try to get that arm and leg as long, stretched out away from the body, keeping that navel pulled in. This is a breathing exercise here. We'll pick up the pace in just a second. 1 lift on the left, 1 more lift on the right. We hold it lifted, arms and legs both lift. Start swimming. Kick those legs nice and quick. Big arm pumps. Inhale and exhale. Keep swimming. Pick up the pace a little bit faster. Yes, you can. Keep pumping. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. 2, and hold it. Freeze, freeze. Lower everything down. Push back into a counter stretch. Stretch out that lower back. Find your breath here. Let's take 1 more inhale and 1 more exhale. Then meet me lying on your backs. We're gonna get into some abs. Imprint that lower spine into the mat. Interlace your hands behind that head. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, lower down. It's a lift of the head, neck, and shoulders. Make sure to keep your elbows nice and wide and your spine in contact with the mat the whole entire time. Scoop with those abs even more. I want you to imagine your belly buttons going back into that spine. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, inhale. Hold it on this next one. Bring those legs to tabletop, and we're doing the same thing. Lower the head, neck, and shoulders down and lift it up. We're just really engaging, turning on those abs here before we get into the next little part of the series. So again, make sure to keep your elbows wide to activate those lower abs. Here for 3, just 2 more. Hold it lifted on this next one. Into toe taps, tap it right, then tap it left, keeping that 90-degree bend with that knee. It's a hinge of the hip and not a bend in the knee. So you're moving that leg away from the body. Try to come off your shoulder blades 1 more inch. 1 more tap, and let's add a twist. Twist it right, twist it left, keeping those elbows wide. Switch side to side. Let's do 2 more twists. And let's do 1 more. Hold it centered. And let's catch that right ankle. Shoot that left leg out to 45. Pull, pull, switch. Single leg stretch. Let's try to come off those shoulder blades 1 more inch. Scoop in those abs just a little bit more. Let's do 1 more. Pull, pull, switch. And legs together, knees to chest. You can take a nice twist over to the left side, gaze over to the right arm. Just really softening here and bringing out that waist. Should feel really good on those obliques. And switch to the other side. Just take some nice inhales and exhales here. And then gently untwist that spine and stay with your back on the mat. Inhale, arms back, exhale, arms down. Your knees are directly stacked over those hips. Your arms are reaching back and then reaching forward. Make sure the spine is imprinted into the mat. Relax those shoulder blades. Squeeze those inner thighs. We'll do 2 more here. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, arms down. Hold it lifted on this next one. Forward pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, into hundreds. Big pumps. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come off those shoulder blades 1 more inch. Shoot those legs to 45. Scoop with those abs, strong arms. 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Knees to chest. Nice job. You can take off those ankle weights, place them around those wrists, and meet me on your knees. Bring your elbows in towards that waist and send them out wide to a T. Stretch those arms as long as you can away from the body, keeping that core engaged. Try not to flare out those ribs. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, unclench your jaw, keep breathing. Really pull those elbows in towards that waist. I want you to imagine like you're moving through water. So your elbows are wide and then they're pulling and resisting in. 3, for 2, hold it wide at this next one. Tiny pulses up an inch and down an inch, keeping those palms up towards the ceiling. Relax that face, relax your jaw, breathe through it. Keep connecting to that core. We'll go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold it. Flip those palms other way. Pulse those pinkies up towards the ceiling. Relax those shoulder blades. Breathe here. You can do it. Connect mind to body. Visualize those tiny arm muscles working here. We'll go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Flip those palms, close them, flip, and open. Hold those arms shoulder height. Really expand through that chest. Don't drop those arms. Keep breathing. Whenever that little voice in your head is telling you you can't do it anymore, keep connecting mind to body. Use your breath. Use it as fuel for every movement. You showed up for yourself today, so keep going. You guys are so strong. Hinge forward, arms are at the wide diagonal, and send them back. Straight arm pulse, tricep burn. Really digging deep into those triceps. We'll go for 4, 3, 2, and hold and freeze. Close those arms and open them. So keeping those arms long behind you, just tapping your hands together and extending them back. This is a real burner. Let's do one more. Bring those palms together, straighten that spine, kiss those elbows, and we'll pulse it up an inch. Keeping those forearms glued together, keeping your ribs down. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hinge forward, send those arms back, kiss those elbows back to a pulse. Extend, pulse, and extend. We're just breathing here. Your arms should be on fire. 4 more. Reach back, pulse it up, reach back, pulse it up. 2 more. And hold it forward on this next one. Little pulses, last little burner here. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold and freeze. Don't drop your arms. Breathe through it. Relax those shoulder blades. We're only here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release those arms. Good job, you guys. Just shake out those arms. You can take your right arm across the chest and stretch out here. Just really breathing and taking your time. You can switch sides. Be so proud of yourself for showing up for yourself today, showing up to your mat. You can take off your weights, sit in a grounded spot. Let's just stretch out those obliques, side bend over to the left and side bend over to the right. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Thank you guys for coming to my first YouTube video, Pilates workout. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to get your feedback. Let's take one more big inhale, arms to the sky, and exhale. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a beautiful day.